Hey everybody, Delilah Taylor here, and this is Tuesday Market Talk. And I am so excited today. I absolutely love video. I've been doing video for a very long time. In fact, I started out in video doing live Google Hangouts by doing I had a talk at night show, which was a drinking show. We'd come on, we'd drink wine and just talk about stuff. And then I had a Saturday show which featured all sorts of direct sellers. It was sort of like a shop at home thing. It was really, really great. It just really built on from there. So doing live shows and webinars and videos was always my favorite form, and I just really got to build up a following and love teaching people how to do this, whether on camera, off camera, because it brings such a following to you. And today with us is two of my favorite people that have really embraced this along with me. I have Chris Cole and Jimmy James. Chris, would you come on and tell us a little bit about yourself and what you've been doing with video and things that you've done?
Sure, Delilah, sure. I myself have also big into video, and I absolutely love the live aspect of video, but I love everything to do with video. And I'm sure the viewers can see behind me, I actually have my studio permanently stays in this position with my green screen and my studio lighting and sort of all of my technology. I describe myself as a bit of a geek when it comes to equipment and video in general. I'm a video geek, and it's one of those things, like you said, I know that the value that you can build by the use of video, how powerful that is in you getting your message across, and also for you, the viewers, to maybe see just how authentic you are and either decide, that they can align with you and get a feel of who you are as a person as well as a marketer.
Absolutely. How long have you been doing this?
I have been doing video. I have been at a lot longer than sort of the marketing side of things. I possibly coming on to 10 years have been interested in video, and I've been marketing since late 2009, 2010. So I guess I always was going to go that way because that's sort of how the internet has evolved. But video, as I said, has been one of my initial passions.
All right. Sounds fabulous. Jimmy,
hello.
Come on up here and tell us what you got here.
Jimmy, I'm an internet marketer, obviously, and I kind of dabble in various areas. Mostly, I'm into mobile, local marketing, and video. I actually went to school for digital media, and in school we learned a lot about different aspects of media, and video was one of them, and I really took action with it, and I used to be more so with the After Effects and that kind of thing. But as we all know, video is hugely important right now, and as Chris said, without it, you're not going to really do so well. It's all about showing people who you are, being transparent, building that relationship, and just putting yourself out there and not really caring about what people think of you. Just be yourself and try to be the authentic person that you are.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, we're already seeing the effects of what video's having. I mean, if nothing else, just with phones. Just with the phones alone. I mean, FaceTime is huge. You go take your phone and you go out of town for a week or something, and you can talk directly with your family, get to see, face to face, back to forth. I believe that very soon, within the next 5 years or so, we won't be so much like this anymore. It's more like this on a regular basis. So, what do you guys?
Yeah, we're already technically there, though. I mean, look at us now with Skype, for an example, and now you have Periscope, which is really hot, and you know all about that, and you're doing really well with that. And a lot of marketers are actually jumping on that because what it is, it's a real-life look at who they really truly are and doing it live. And again, really what it is too, what I think a lot of people have this misconception of is we live in a very congested world. So even online, and even though internet marketing, all these different things are great, it's very congested and there's a lot of noise. So it really just comes down to how do you stand yourself apart from everybody. And with video, you can totally do that by putting yourself out there, like I said earlier.
One of the other things I would like to sort of draw your attention to is even just the exact technology we're using right at this very moment, which is a Google Hangout. And I'm sitting in Ireland, and it's currently just after 6 p.m. here. Jimmy, you're in Canada.
Canada, yep.
And what time is it with yourself?
It's about 10 o'clock a.m.
10 a.m. And Delilah, you're in is it Tennessee?
I'm in Tennessee. I am in the eastern United States, yeah.
And it's 1 p.m. with you. So not only are we coming across different time zones, but we're also in 3 vastly different locations. And anybody that's watching this could tell that the video quality is very acceptable, and very, very good actually, for internet-based video. And the fact that we're able to have excellent audio and a direct conversation like this is just simply amazing. When I first got into video, as I was saying, about 10 years ago, we didn't have, I had an old sort of beat up camcorder and the video quality wasn't good. But now with the introduction of smartphones, I have an amazing piece of equipment in my hand just with this one smartphone. People seem to neglect or forget about that at times.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I don't know what it's like in your countries, but here in America, if you go to do like offline work with a client or something, they still expect you to show up with this like gigantic news camera thing, and you're like standing there with a phone or a helmet cam, it's like this big around. They're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, really, I get better shots with this. I can bring in something old and gawky if you want, but it's going to be awful quality. You get much better shots with this, And they're like, really? I'm like, yeah, take a video with your phone that's hanging on your hip, and what you're going to get is studio quality right there. Right. And it's in your hand.
And it's only going to get better moving forward, and that's why people need to embrace new technology. They need to learn to, like you mentioned, Periscope and these new platforms are coming out. One of the big things about video, and especially online video, is one of the things that some people fear, and that's been willing to show your face on camera. And when you're not used to it, it does take practice. I've been doing sort of video for a long time now, and I enjoy live, but before I took that leap and going live, I was so scared. I was so scared of what are people going to think about me. And eventually I got to the point, I said, well, they either like me or they don't, and that's the sort of leap that I think you've got to take.
Yeah, I actually wanted to bring that up because I know we've all launched products. Chris, you and I especially have launched products about video, and that was always a misconception with people, or something that held them back. They're like, okay, well, I want to do video, but I don't want to have my face on video. What else can I do? And I've always managed to give them a different option. And the thing is, you're always going to get a better return if people see your face, because they get to know you. And it's not just your face, but it's also your voice, it's your expressions, the way you move. Everything about you and what you do increases that know, like, and trust factor, which are huge nowadays. Absolutely massive, especially if you're going to be doing internet marketing. You have to have that.
Well, the thing with video, I find, Delilah, is you have to just be yourself, because video will show the true you regardless, even if you think you're trying to fool somebody. So people can see right through it at the end of the day. So you're absolutely right.
Yeah. All right. What would be, Jimmy, I'll ask you first.
Yes.
I know you deal with, probably work with most people face to face that aren't used to being on video. And what are your best tips for them when you're putting them in front of the camera to help them get over that?
To help them get over it, usually what I do is if they're really somebody that just doesn't want to put themselves out there, then there's always that option of presenting information using slideshows and stuff like that. But as for putting yourself out there, I had a client actually not too long ago, and he's more of a broker, and we were talking, and I was explaining to him video is very important, putting yourself out there and building the content and having a hub and all these different things. And he was very surprised because he was like, oh, well, I've never done something like this before. And I said, well, let's just try it and you'll see. And we did one video, and within a week, put it this way, he was surprised to see that he had leads come in from a video that was just welcoming people to his website but still giving him enough information. And by just kind of throwing him out there and allowing him, pushing him basically to do it. But obviously I was there. And I think that was one of the biggest things too, is being there with him. When you're by yourself, like anything, when you overthink, thinking will kill you. It really will. And perfection is really the killer of all progress when it comes down to anything. If you think you're going to be a perfectionist, imperfect action, like I said once before, is very important. Just go after it. And he did, and with that, he was really surprised with the results. Even with the local marketing, it's huge. Video is really huge because people see your product, your service, who you are before I even have to come into your store. So, yeah.
All right, Chris, what did you do to like really prepare or get yourself over that hump there, that fear?
I used to be super self-critical, and even when I was pre-recording just a simple screen capture video, when I was teaching the tutorial, I was worrying about the ums and the ahs and repeating words, and everybody has repetitive sayings, that they'll say, and I used to try and take that out, and I would re-record complete videos because of that. And in the end, I just had to get over myself. And that's the long and short of it. I was the problem, not anybody else. And it wasn't that I didn't care less. I got to realize that I was probably being too critical, and that's actually what held me back. Then after that, once I sort of took the nerve to get in front of the camera, it took practice. It took a lot. It still takes practice to this day, and it's something you eventually learn to tolerate and work in front of the camera. It becomes sort of the norm, but when you first do it, you do get the butterflies, and you still even probably to this day get the butterflies prior to going live. But it's one of those things. It really does bring the real you in front of the audience. As you mentioned already, Delilah, people get to know, like, and trust you. And if you're willing to show your face, especially as an affiliate, and you're recommending a product, well then, people are saying, well, hey, Chris is showing his face. He's also showing us this product. He's happy to recommend this. You as a person, or you as the affiliate, you're going to stand out because people get to read your emotions, they get to read your expression, they get to hear the inflection in your voice, and they can decide from listening and watching you whether or not A, you're a trustworthy person, B, they like you, and C, whether or not the product's for them. They get a better informed decision, and then if they go off and purchase, well then hopefully you've made a better job in making the sales.
Yeah. One of the first things I realized when I started, especially when I first started doing these shows over a year ago, was when you're, and I know the people that are watching this can see, like I'm large on the screen right now, and you guys are in these little boxes down here in the corner. And one of the first things that I would do was I would talk to the little boxes down in the corner. And one of the hardest things I had to get used to was actually, instead of talking to you guys down in the corner there, was looking up at the camera. And it's awkward to do. It's a strange feeling. Or if you're recording by yourself, you have to look at the camera lens and talk to it like you're talking to a person. So this was the best thing that I could come up with. Was I set something behind my webcam. I set a picture back behind my webcam and talked to the picture like it was a real person. So whether I was doing a video or whether I was on a live cam or something, I had it like eye level with the webcam, so I had something to focus at. So I wasn't sitting there feeling awkward talking to this camera that wasn't looking at me. I actually had somebody looking back at me, which is, I mean, it may sound strange, but it worked. Now I don't have to do that anymore. Sometimes I will make myself little notes of things that I want to remember to say while I'm going and stick them up by my camera, or I will make myself, little bullet points and stick them up by the camera, because some people are very worried about, having a script. And I don't know about you guys, but I can't read from a script, because then it sounds like I'm reading from a script, and I will read it just like this, and I will not look at the camera, So I'll put little bullet points back there and just go off those. And Chrissy, I'm along with you. At this point, the O's, the ums, whatnot, I just leave them in there. Honestly, it just shows the humanity. Right. It makes it even more teachable. The more perfect you look, the more fake you look.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But great point about the picture, Delilah. It was the same thing with my client. I think it made him a little more at ease by me being there behind the camera, kind of making him feel more comfortable. So that's a great way to do it too with the picture. Great point with that. And yes, bullet points do work. You don't need to write out a full script and be like, "Hi, my name is so and so." You just put down the fine things that you want to remember to talk about, and really great stuff.
And I honestly believe as well, if you're showing your face on camera and you have a set of bullet points, people are not going to sort of criticize you if you're going to stop for 2 seconds, look down at your notes, even if they're sitting, on your lap or, on the desk, and then look back up at the camera and
or on your cell phone.
Or on wherever you have them. But if they know you've got a pen in your hand and you're ticking things off, they know you've got yourself organized prior to going live. You've got your points down that you want to talk about, and if you see these points, that's generally all you need as a prompt for the subject or the topic that you want to cover, and then cover it sort of to the best of your authority. And by ticking them off, you should be able to go through things logically.
And I don't know anybody that's successful that doesn't have a list or some sort of check mark list of some sort or anything like that, and it's not organized. So, and if they are, wow, I like to learn their secrets.
Yeah, right. That would be something else. But I've got notebooks full of just, I do this every day. Yeah. Take down notes of things that I want to do throughout the day and just mark them off. I actually, right beside me, y'all can see the light coming through there, I have sliding glass doors beside me, and I have notes written on my sliding glass doors with Expo pens.
Right on. Are those wipey, Sharpie things? Those ones you can wipe off? Yeah, cool. That's a good idea.
Hey, those work great on glass,
What's that movie called with Tom Cruise there? Where it's all dented glass and you can see through it and they're writing on touching it.
Yeah, exactly.
I forget the name of it, but anyway, reminded me of that. Cool.
Yeah. The other thing that I love about video is how versatile it is. Because you can take one video, and especially with us, with internet marketers, we can repurpose one video and stretch it through all forms of social media, our email, our blogs. You do 1 2-minute video and reach how many different sources, guys? What all do
Well,
you use your videos with?
look at Facebook for an example. This is how important video is. Now Facebook's coming out with their own live video type Periscope kind of sort of hybrid whatever. So and then they have their own video where everybody thought that Facebook was going to overrun YouTube and that kind of thing. At the end of the day, video is probably the most important thing you can do. That's it. Content, yes, content is totally important and going forth with the internet and blogging and all that, but video content just as well. Again, money follows attention, and attention is the new currency, right? And the more you put yourself out there, the more and you build that relational capital with your audience, and what happens is the money will follow type idea if that's your true intention. But putting yourself there and helping people and doing that, like you say, it's a very powerful tool.
Another prime example of repurposing, say, a video, say this show, for example, is you can rip the audio away from the video feed, and as long as you're not doing anything technical where you're showing something on your screen, people could be listening to that on their iPhone out when they're having a walk or a jog, and they're going to gain inspiration from it. They're going to be able to listen into the discussion and enjoy the content in a way that suits them, and that's part of it as well. People can snack and enjoy the content either on your blog where they prefer to see it, or over on Twitter, or in their Facebook news feed, or, as I said, on a podcast and an audio download, however they want to do it. If you can get the information out and be as clear and concise as possible with them people, you will gather a following in those different avenues.
Yeah, absolutely. See, and that's the way that I feel about it, because I will take, my 2-minute video or whatever I've got going, and I'll have it, obviously, it's, most of the time I'll run a live one. And the great part with that is if you run a live public video through a Google Hangout or through a YouTube, I don't know how many people realize this, but that gets you a rank on Google. I mean, that's huge. So you're hitting the Google mark, and then you're instantly feeding your YouTube channel, which I got people logging in and subscribing to my YouTube channel all day long, and I don't even hang out there. I mean, I just do videos and leave them hanging, but people will, I've got my stuff there and people will subscribe through that, and every time I add something new and give it a link, people buy through that. Then I will go from there, and then I'll download the video and then, upload it into my Facebook, and I've got mine set where my videos will autoplay through Facebook. So then I've got it posted through my Facebook. There are all my followers there, and then I've got it set up to where I will put it on my blog, so people can run through it through my blog, and then I even send video through email. So I've got 5 uses out of one video,
right,
hitting 5 different markets. So instead of having to go to 5 different markets and come up with 5 different pieces of content, I've taken one piece of content and ran it through 5 markets. And woo, I'm done. It's awesome.
And again, you could even take that further by having it in your Twitter feed, your Twitter following. You can even also share your YouTube videos on Pinterest.
Pinterest, I believe.
Pinterest, yes. And one of the great things that I always love to stress to people, especially when they're using annotations within their YouTube style videos, those annotations go anywhere that a YouTube video is embedded. So if it's embedded in your blog, the same annotations are there. I believe they also come across, unless Facebook has stripped them out recently, but they also come across into Facebook when you embed a YouTube video and not a Facebook video. And likewise, if you put the YouTube video on your blog, the annotations with the clickable, hey, click the big link above me or whatever you say, that link's there for them to click as well.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I think one thing a lot of people have to remember too of what you were saying about ranking and using Hangouts exactly and those type of things. Google loves Google. I mean, Google loves YouTube. They love Hangouts because they own it. They love themselves. So always look at it that way too, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. So as long as you got a good title and your keywords and stuff are in there, you're gold. Absolute gold. So, and people don't understand how important that is and how much it's going to bring you in the end. Now, I absolutely love that you guys are here today because we're all working on a product together. For everybody who's watching this, what you don't know, or what we may not have had you realize, is we've all known each other for what, coming up on a year now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, easy. Yeah.
Yeah, because we're all in a mastermind together, and so we know each other not just on a professional level. I mean, we all have a very high standard and a high respect for each other on the professional level, but we've also got to know each other personally and just have such a wonderful time together. And we're coming together, and we've put a product together, and it's coming out on October 7th.
Yes, I believe.
Yes. And we've all got our own kind of pieces and parts in here. So, guys, you want to tell what you're talking about within yours, and
Sure.
who wants to start?
Chris?
Okay, the product itself is called the Video Cash Affiliate, and it deals about obviously having your own show, branding yourself on video, as we've already discussed. Then, of course, making money, making sales, making those sort of all-important sales as an affiliate by the use of video, and obviously not exclusively, but by the brand and the following that you build through your video process. We delve into Google Hangouts. We take you, sorry, let me step back. We also talk about getting your own hub online first and foremost, which would be your own website, your own go-to place where people can find you. We show you how to install WordPress and get your site online, and then start to build up your show. Get your videos online and start using the Google Hangout platform, which is what we recommend. It's what we're currently using at the moment, and how you can sort of make money as an affiliate through that.
Fabulous. Jimmy, you even have an extra added part in here, so I like this. Is
yeah,
cool.
We also have another part that we've decided to put in, which is a customizable theme, WordPress theme, that is strictly for, like, it's WordPress TV, technically is what we're calling it, but strictly for video shows, your own show, and it's very customizable, and it could be adapted to really any market. You know, if you're an actor or a musician, or you want to start your own online cooking show. I mean, reality is it's a beautiful thing for that. And you can also, it allows you to embed affiliate links for like Amazon or AdSense or any of those things too as well. And so, yeah, very powerful little WordPress theme that we put together. And Delilah, I think you've also added in a few things there to add that extra value.
Yeah, I sure did. I love video through Facebook. It has grown my Facebook market to extreme levels. And what a lot of people don't understand is how to take it and how to tweak it to make it their own. And I show them exactly how to set up the videos, how to make them run on autoplay, because when you're going through your Facebook timeline and you come across that video and it just starts playing in front of your face, you know, you get stuck in it. So I've got it set up to where I teach them how to run it through their Facebook timeline, how to set it to autoplay, how they can watch their, how they know how many people have actually viewed it, how to set up clickable links on it, so they can click links straight from their Facebook video. How awesome is that? Which will go anywhere. Yeah. And how to even measure it afterwards. So they know, like right now, let me see, I can go to my Facebook, because I did a video about this show earlier. You guys saw it, right? This morning I put up a video post about the show that's coming today. I can tell you exactly how many times that video has been viewed right now. It's been viewed over 228 times. Yeah. And there's over 11 post clicks just from one page. That's not even including the shares, because it doesn't show me the share post clicks. It just shows me the ones on the one page. I could get diving in deeper into that. So, yeah, and a video from last week has done 759 views with 130 post clicks. And it will just continue like that on autopilot. So it doesn't stop. It just goes on and on and on. It's forever and ever. So as long I put that video up about the show, I think like 3 hours ago, and it's already hit that many post clicks. It'll hit well over 100 post clicks before the week's out. So people will continuously come back to this link and hit all the replays.
And you said that was the bonus that you added to the product, right?
Yeah.
Oh, talking about bonus, I also forgot with the WordPress thing, we also have 20 headers, customizable headers that you can, pretty up, and I think we put extra information to show you how you don't need to be a Photoshop expert or any sort of graphic designer to switch it up and to make it yours. So, yes, almost forgot about all those little bonuses.
That's funny.
Really value packed, though. I really believe this product is all around value packed.
Hey, yeah, oh, absolutely. Between the three of us, how could it not be? My God. I think we've got like all this covered in one round spot here. And I love the fact that we have it in there to teach them how to do their own live streaming show. And, the big part is telling them, hey, get your own hub.
Right.
Because yesterday, Facebook broke.
Right.
Yes.
Don't build your business on basically like rented land, because technically Facebook, Twitter, all those things are rented land. So at the end of the day, if they go down, so does your business. And that's how you have to look at it. I mean, it's nice to have these channels and only utilize the channels that you think that you really truly need. We don't all need all of them. It could be a lot to handle. So, things like that are important.
Yeah, plus you can get kicked out of them at any time.
That's
right. Right.
There's people that get kicked out of Facebook, out of Twitter. I lost a YouTube channel.
Right, and exactly. And all those hours and all that effort and all that valuable content that you putting on that channel is now disappeared and gone. So at the end of the day, it's a lesson learned, lesson taken. Don't build your business on rented land, right? Borrowed land, because it's really just borrowed property that we're using at the time. And they're just mediums for us to gain attention. Again, like we said earlier, money chases attention. So these are what these platforms do.
Chris, what were you going to add there, hon?
Well, I was going to say, as well as that side of things, you've also got to remember that by being willing to have your own show, you're going to stand out above anybody else. It's sort of the noise, as Jimmy mentioned earlier online. There's a lot of noise, whereas if you can step out and sort of become the sort of voice where people are going to hear, watch, as you say, they're scrolling through their news feed and it's boring, and then, hey, there's Delilah, she's talking to me straight away. I'm going to stop, pause, I'm going to watch this. You're engaged straight away, and that's the difference, where people have seen your face, and that way they're going to be drawn in to listen to you and ignore the rest of the noise, and that's how you learn to stand out.
Absolutely.
I stopped to watch you, Delilah. You're being something. I'm like, oh, there she is.
Oh, Jimmy, you crack me up. God, I such adore you. The other thing, by having your own space, you're not under somebody else's rules either.
Yeah.
Like, and on here, I mean, I have a streaming live show through, my site, and I've got clickable links for you guys. I have, if you guys go scroll down, you can see you can make your own comments, add questions on the page. You can also click the link to join my Facebook group. I could add in a buy button down there. If when we get ready to put the product out, when it launches, you can have the buy button. Oh, there is a banner for the product that's up there now. You can actually click that and get on the pre-launch. So stay up to date, know what's happening. We'll let you know what's going live, or if you want to be a JV, be an affiliate, sell it, make some money, make sure you go ahead, click that link, get your name on the email list there. I've got that all set up for you guys. Those are things that you cannot do on somebody else's land.
Very powerful. Very, very powerful.
Yeah. I might be able to set up one link, maybe two, but it's still not going to be within the same parameters or set it up the way that I want it to look on somebody else's land. So you have so many more options, and you build your own tribe by bringing people back to your land. And it just really enforces your visibility and your brand.
Your brand, right?
And that that know, like, and trust factor. It really brings that about and brings people to the point, a community point too.
Well, and also builds you an authority in your niche, right? Whatever you're doing. So if you're cooking or you're exercising or whatever it is you do, it helps build that authority because people are looking at you and saying, wow, this is a really cool brand. You got the full deal. And you're utilizing the other channels, yes, to complement your main station or hub or whatever you want to call it. But at the end of the day, you have full control over your business, and that's really what it comes down to.
And not only that, but any of the video, provided you leave your pages open, people can go through and look through your previous content. They can learn a lot from your previous shows, and then obviously they can pick up whatever products that you've recommended that went either with that show or any relevant links that you've maybe added into your show notes that are going to be on the page, which are on your own hub and your own land, as we keep saying. You control it. You control everything.
Absolutely. So yeah, by the end of the day, guys, having your own spot is incredibly powerful. Now, I'll be the first one to tell y'all, as well as I am with video, I'm not that techie. So the thought of setting up my own site actually terrified me. And but at some point I was like, okay, I've got to do this. I kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. And I went to YouTube. And I literally built a website by watching a YouTube video. And it was the best thing I could have ever done. And I had it done in like an hour, and I would never go back to not doing that. So anybody out there who is frightened or worried about that tech part of it, by all means, don't. You can find anything and just about everything you need. And if you get scared, I mean, hit me up. I'll try my best to help
me or Chris.
Yeah, hit one of these guys up. We can help you find somebody who help you or help you ourselves, and we will get that done for you. That is not a problem.
Yeah.
So, yeah, absolutely. All right, let me see what we got here. We are still working through this. Now, you guys know that I have been on Periscope now for a week. Jimmy, I wanted to ask you, you had mentioned something about this earlier, and I haven't seen it yet. You said Facebook is getting a version of that?
Well, they're coming out with a new live video, from my understanding. I was reading an article the other day about how they're trying to now launch a new live video, and Mark Zuckerberg actually did like a test on the video, and I watched it for a minute. So I'm not going to say it's Periscope or whatever, but it sounds like all these guys are trying to do similar things. Google's just coming out with their own custom audiences. Now they're starting to catch up, and a lot of them are starting to realize that they need to all kind of play the same game. So. Keeps them ahead of the curve, right?
Facebook for the longest time was, when it first came out, it was written post only, text post only. And then eventually they started letting you add in pictures. And then YouTube was like blowing everybody out of the water because people were so in love with the video. They love that reality, that seeing things that are happening. And Facebook, it finally started having the video put on there because they knew, hey, YouTube's about to run over us. So, yeah, exactly. And now
Facebook has 1.5 billion users. I mean, why wouldn't they? It's a smart business move on their end. Makes their site that much more powerful. You know what I mean? Not to say YouTube is not powerful, because it truly is an ultimate video search engine powerhouse. But at the same time, Facebook and all these other guys are starting to try and create their own, because technology is moving forward. We all have to continue to move forward. I mean, it's like anybody in any business. You got to make your business bigger, better. You know what I mean? You're only going to get better with time with your business, right, Delilah? Like you were saying earlier, you didn't know how to build a website, but you went on YouTube and you just made it happen. Well, the reality is what you did is you just didn't, you just made it happen. You just went out and did it. And that's really what it comes. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be right. You don't have to make it right all the time, because you're going to suck. But at the end of the day, as you keep doing it like anything, you get better with it. So, and it's the same with Facebook. Facebook started out, and do you guys all remember what Facebook looked like back then and how their logo and their whole interface looked like? I mean, it's changed how many times?
Yeah.
Same for anybody and anything, right?
Yeah. Now, with Periscope, I started Periscope like, I think a week and a half ago. It was a week ago Friday. And I don't know if y'all saw my very first Periscope video. It was like 7 minutes long. And it's me going, where's this? There's people watching me. I can see the little number going up. And it's like, I need to turn myself off, and I kept it for that single purpose, because everybody's like, well, what if I mess up? What if you do?
Who cares? Who cares?
It
It's
shows
real.
that you're genuinely a human being. It shows you the being behind the human, man. It really just shows you who you are. And you know what? Hey, I mess up. You're going to mess up. We all got issues. But remember, your what do you call it there? Is all those issues is your advantage, really, at the end of the day. So you just kind of have to, like you said, just do it. Don't care.
Yeah.
There's so much noise out there anyway.
Absolutely.
And people would actually remember you for giving them a laugh.
Right, exactly.
If you do something funny, they'll remember you and think, actually, I had a laugh. Delilah was on Periscope, and I can remember your very first show. If they see the progression, then they'll come back to you and say, what a transformation from 7 shows ago to this week or whatever.
Right. And it helps build confidence for them because they've seen somebody going through it. I've watched marketers that started out in internet marketing and then have become my coach. So you see it, right? But the beauty is because you followed the journey, you've built that relationship again, they've built that relationship with you, because they're seeing your trials, they're seeing your tribulations, they're seeing you fall on your face, but they're seeing you not get discouraged and giving up. They're saying, hey, she's throwing herself out there. She's staring at the camera, doesn't know what the hell she's doing, and she's making us all laugh. But at the end of the day, you have more followers, more people viewing it, and more people excited to view it. So at the end of the day, that's the whole point.
Yeah. And then what's so funny was I think that very first Periscope I had I went up to like 30 or 40 people watching me. My second Periscope, I had 1,200.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So there you go. I mean, the proof's in the pudding, kids.
There was no advance warning. I turned on the camera, and 1,200 people showed up.
Wow. Good for you.
I was like, oh, my God. And
But not surprising. I'm not surprised, Delilah.
So, all right. Guys, Jimmy, I know you do, a lot of local market. But obviously, I mean, we're all from different parts of the world. Do you work with people online also?
Yes, I work with basically I work with small businesses and entrepreneurs or internet marketers or whatever you want to call yourself. Anybody who's got a business. I help everybody with just motivation, mindset to figuring out a strategy that best suits them for their business, to helping them, take it to the next level or whatever it is. I mean, all of us are different, and we all learn different, and we're just all different. And so not every one thing is going to work for everybody. So I try to listen to the individual I'm working with, and then figure out what the best action plan is to get that happening for them, and all that kind of thing. So solve their problems is really what it comes down to.
And a lot of local businesses don't realize a lot of the tactics that can be employed, that us, internet marketers, it's just second nature to us. Yeah, just stick a blog up and just put an opt-in page on that and give something away for free, and they'll all opt in, and then you can get return business. Restaurants and people, they don't realize that they could, put a card out in each table, simply opt in and get a free bottle of wine next time you come for a meal for two. They're then growing that following by giving away a simple bottle of wine, or a discount, a 20% discount off their meal, and then that all of a sudden they can start emailing them with, hey guys, we've got a monthly promotion, you can come back to the restaurant, and start generating business. And even going into the likes of, like, using the restaurant example, going in and making simple videos, even the periscopes, where, hey, it's Chris, I'm sort of recording, or I'm streaming to you live from the kitchen today. We have a chef special, and show the chefs in the background cutting and chopping. And if you have a following and people see that, then they're going to want to come to your business just by simply putting yourself out there with the videos. The marketing tactics that we're talking about.
Absolutely.
A lot of local marketers don't realize the power of the internet for their business, and just video alone, like we were talking about, there's many avenues that they can apply. I mean, there's commercials that promote their business but still have a phone number connected to. They're getting leads right from the internet. You're talking about email opt-in lists right from a video, review videos on their company and what people have said about them. I mean, and then ranking these videos, like you said, using whatever, Hangout, whatever. Ranking is not all that hard. And at the end of the day, they're blown away. They're blown away. They're just like, oh my gosh, I can't get all these people. And then you have the ad platforms that you're getting into, YouTube and now Instagram, and all these guys have their own ad platforms. So the local market is very powerful, and I think that a lot of marketers underestimate the power of local marketing and the potential that's there, truly. I work with a lot of local marketers, local businesses that have no clue, and really have no clue. Like, really have no clue. Here's an example. I was talking to a guy, and he says to me, I'm looking to make more money in my business. And I just asked him a simple question. Well, do you have, do you keep a list of all your customers that you've had, like an email? Or he's like, yeah. And I said, have you ever followed up with them to say, hey, we have a new promotion or a new ad or a new something? He's like, no, I never really thought about doing that. Well, do it. Then he calling me back, telling me how he's made so much more money. Well, hello. So, I mean, sometimes it's even as simple as that, where I don't even have to get any further than that. It was just like, oh, really? That's it? That simple? Yeah, but like you said, Chris, it's for us, it's second nature. We do marketing every day. We're always looking at new techniques and tricks and whatever skills and systems. But at the end of the day, we as marketers also have to remember that our clients don't know the answers, and that's what we're here to do, is help them solve their problem and give them a solution that they can still understand. And I also like to help them understand so that they're not always asking me the unnecessary questions, more so,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. How about you, Chris? What do you work with individuals, or what all sort of programs do you have available?
I do, yes. I also have sort of one-on-one coaching as well for people. And one of the things I wanted to sort of bring up there was the initial reason that I personally got online or got drawn into the marketing side of things was because I have several offline businesses, but one of my offline businesses, like you said, I wanted to learn to put up a website. I didn't understand how to market the business online, but I knew I needed to market the business online, and that's what drew me into it. Of course, like everybody, you set out the wrong way, and I built the website totally wrong. And so having somebody that could reach out and sort of come to you and say, look, here's what to do. It's this, and just list it off to such a way that it sounds so easy, and then for them to step out and either say, look, I can provide this service, or I could point you in the right direction. So I do work with offline businesses with advice, helping. Like my brother-in-law is a chef, and that's the reason why I mentioned restaurants. I've been in sort of assisting them, getting their email marketing list going, and just things that seem so simple to us. These guys they're blown away whenever they find out what I can get return customers just by sending one email with a sort of
or one video,
one video, with a discount code. Come back at the end of the month and we've got a special where you can Valentine's Day's coming up, say in February, and they can market to them, start marketing early, and get your tables booked where things like that, and fill the restaurant quite quickly. And a lot of these online marketing tactics, especially the video and the different tactics that we employ, can be ported across into any local business. It's just amazing whenever you see this happen.
Yeah.
Fabulous. Everybody, I do have a short bio for both these guys up here with a clickable link where you can hit them up on Facebook directly. And of course, you can always find me on Facebook. And I don't work offline. I love being right here at home next to my window, with the stuff written on the glass and whatnot. But I work with people all over the world, just this way through Skype and through Hangouts. And I love being able to do that. I've done all sorts of coaching, everything from Facebook strategies to video strategies to getting people launching their own products. Very soon I will be doing Periscope strategies. So it's coming. It's coming very, very soon. So
excited.
I enjoy that. Huh?
I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Periscope.
Yeah. Me too. So, everybody, please, please, please go scroll down. Make sure you leave us a comment, and make sure there's icons down there: Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, email, Google. Pick them all. Pick one. Pick three. Whatever your favorites are. Share this across to everybody, so everybody can get all the value out of this, because we've really put some great stuff into here. And leave us a comment down there. And the other thing, like I said, right at the top, you see the picture for the product that we have coming up, Video Cash Affiliate. Go ahead, click it, and you can get in on the early list. You will get all the updates of when it's coming out, or you'll get the updates of being a JV, and all the information is going to be there. So, all right, guys, last thing to say, call to action. What do you want people to do?
Chris?
Okay, my call to action is for people to just take video and run with it. Learn to goof off, learn to have a laugh, have fun, be natural, but mostly enjoy and have a lot of fun with your video show, because being the real you is what people actually see and want. People crave that rather than the false, as you say, the super perfect, the shiny salesman. No, be yourself, and you will get a lot further with the video online. That's what I would say.
Very nice. Jimmy?
I would say master it and don't doubt yourself at all. And basically, like you said, ask for help. Don't pretend. Reality is there's a lot of us marketers out there that are generally out to help you with your business. So feel free to hit us up and ask for help. And like I said, don't pretend. Don't pretend you're doing a business. It's fun to play business, but there's a difference to really do business. So that's all I would say.
All right. For me, I would say for the people that are really, really, really super camera shy, even if you can't do, take a video with something sitting behind the camera, this is something that I tried the other day. Start a live feed and have the camera pointing in the other direction and just talk along with it. At least get your voice on there. I was on my front porch videoing my cat. I was doing a live feed on a Periscope, petting my cat, and on the video, all you see is me petting my cat and talking about my cat. So that is like a minor progression into getting accustomed to it. And as you start turning the camera more, you'll get a better and better feel about it. So it's okay. You know, you don't have to start with your face on the camera. At least do the live feed with at least your voice on there, and eventually, you know, within a time or two, you're going to wind up, if not accidentally, getting your hands in there. And, you know, it's like stair-stepping your way in front of it. But you're going to make it. And the difference that you're going to see is going to be so amazing. I mean, you'll never go back to not doing it. It's almost addictive in a fun way, you know. All right, so guys, other than Facebook, is there anywhere you want people to contact you?
Facebook's fine for me. Perfect for me.
Yep.
All right. Well, I also have DelilahTV.com. I have managed to save every single Periscope I've done. There's tons of free training in there, and then there's some of me just flubbing it up royally. So you get to see the actual progression. They're all free, and I save every one of them. So if you want to see, keep going, go to DelilahTV.com and check them out, everybody. So I hope you enjoy it. All right, and by all means, look me up on Facebook. You can click the link down at the bottom, check out the Facebook group, and I will be there. All right, so thank you, everybody, for being here. And we will see you next Tuesday.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
All right, thank
Bye.
you. Bye.